final, it's Reshwin Chowdhury.
For these two, it is all or nothing. Eriksson in, and there's the finish. Dele Alli ran in right on time. But with a ball into Sanchez. United level. Oh, De Gea had to leave it. Good shot, good goal. And Herrera has fired them to the FA Cup final. It's their day in the semi. They'll be back here in May.
So the 12-time winners, Manchester United, through to a record-equalling 20th FA Cup final. But who would join them today at Wembley? It was the turn of Southampton and Chelsea. Runners-up last year, the FA Cup could provide a silver lining to a campaign that's been somewhat disappointing by the Blues' standards. With a top-four finish looking unlikely, Antonio Conte's side will be keen to keep their season alive. For Southampton, the Cup has been a welcome distraction from the threat of relegation, and in manager Mark Hughes, the Saints are guided by a man with 4 winners' medals, including one as a Chelsea player. So it's Chelsea versus Southampton for a place in the 2018 FA Cup final. Your commentary team for this one are Martin Keown and Steve Wilson.
Manchester United await, and the 100th match between Chelsea and Southampton will decide who meets Mourinho in May. Will it be Chelsea's 13th cup final or Southampton's 5th? Conte or Hughes? Saints or Blues? Chelsea have won their last 5 games against Southampton, including the latest only 8 days ago. Antonio Conte makes 4 changes to the team which won at Burnley in midweek. Caballero's in goal. Courtois is not injured, but not even on the bench. Fabregas, Willian and Hazard replace Bakayoko, Morata and Pedro. Mark Hughes has lost 2 FA Cup semi-finals as a manager, the last against Chelsea back in 2007 with Blackburn. He makes 2 changes from their draw at Leicester. Charlie Austin starts only his 2nd game of 2018. Mario Lemina returns to midfield. Ward-Prowse and Tadic drop to the bench as Hughes goes with a front 2. Martin Atkinson is the referee, and it's Southampton playing their first FA Cup semi-final since 2003 who get the game underway, kicking from left to right in the red and white shirts against Chelsea. Martin Keown alongside me. Martin, clearly Chelsea are big favourites, but Southampton come into this game without the pressure of the league, which they've been feeling week after week.
Well, that's it. You almost have to have amnesia, don't you, as a Southampton player? Think that you're brilliant, you're great, there's an opportunity, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get to a final or maybe win it.
Here's Eden Hazard, little 1-2 with Olivier Giroud. Hazard! Certainly worth a go from Eden Hazard. It was rising off his left.
Well, he's just in all sorts of space, isn't he? Just a little give and go, then he swivels, turns, hits it with his left foot. It's a peach of a strike. Fortunately for Southampton, it's over the bar.
Struck it beautifully.
He's such a tidy little nimble player, isn't he? The way that he moves. Incredible.
Cedric into that position, bounces over long to Austin. That was promising.
Opportunistic effort, wasn't it, from there? Early ball in. I think Charlie Austin's saying, I'm going to hit everything early, so you need to get tight to me.
Well, despite all his injury problems this season, Charlie Austin, and he's had many of them, he is still Southampton's top scorer on 7. That's given away rather carelessly. Oriol Romeu for Southampton. Just took his eye off the ball. Eden Hazard. Giroud ahead of him. There's a little bit of space. Now there's a lot of space. Willian for Chelsea. Let off for Southampton as Willian hits the top of the crossbar.
Well, it's Romeu that's lost the ball, and Hazard, he just changed his gear, just lays it out wide. Willian just feints, comes onto his left foot, hits that with real power. Just a fraction too high. Another outstanding player, by the way. Doesn't get the credit he deserves. He's really unlucky there, Willian.
I'm sure that Southampton will feel it's so important that they don't concede early in this game. And that was very nearly the early goal that Chelsea were hoping for. Eden Hazard. Oh, good run. Missed by Ryan Bertrand. Here's Fabregas. Danger here. Eden Hazard. Fantastic block. Absolutely brilliant work by Maya Yoshida to make the block on Eden Hazard.
Outstanding, wasn't he? Had to match the run there. He was really sharp, Yoshida. If he gets that wrong, it's a penalty. Sorts his feet out. Brilliant block.
Giroud, brilliant first touch. Yoshida there again. Giroud, Eden Hazard. Højbjerg with him, his Fabregas on again to N'Golo Kante. Might hit this. It's a free kick in a brilliant position. Bednarek is protesting his innocence here.
He just doesn't get there quick enough, does he? It's a clear foul.
I think his only defence may be that perhaps N'Golo Kante, the ball was running away from him a little.
Perhaps, but once you get your body there, he buys that free kick.
Martin Atkinson right on the spot. And now Willian on the free kick for Chelsea. Willian is looking for the angle that might bring the opening goal in this FA Cup semi-final. Emerson's to the right of the referee, Willian to the left of the ball. It's Willian, he flips it onto the roof of the net.
He doesn't seem happy with himself. I wonder if he thinks there's a ricochet. No, not sure that's caught anybody. It's a difficult trick that to get that up and down. Certainly would have beaten the goalkeeper if he'd have made it.
There's N'Golo Kante. Willian. Fabregas, Giroud in a good position. And just wide at the second chance. Just wonder whether Giroud might have led with his head on the first opportunity.
Well, it seemed a bit of a mystery how he was trying to finish that. Thought maybe he might swing his head at it. Instead he tries to take it with one foot. Surely he was trying to just get a brush finish on that.
To be fair to him, the second attempt is pretty good.
I mean, he must have had incredible imagination to see that one as it came across.
Martin Atkinson is happy. Chelsea get the second half underway. Kicking from left to right, no half-time substitutions. So as we were at the beginning of the game. And the scoreline is also as we were when we started. Chelsea, remember, have already lost one semi-final this season. That was the two-legged semi to Arsenal in the League Cup. Hazard into Giroud, danger here. Giroud has done brilliantly and scores! Olivier Giroud inside 30 seconds at the start of the second half. Dribbles through the Southampton defence to fire Chelsea in front. Fantastic composure as Olivier Giroud kept his feet, kept his cool and scores.
Well, it's an unbelievable goal. I mean, he puts through by Hazard, he jinks one way then the other, keeps his foot in, flicks it in with the outside of his right foot. Fabregas' ball in, testing. It's just 30 seconds into the second half and he's waltzing through players there. Everybody's just panicked, fell in front of him. Hazard there, brilliant agility, keeps his foot in, finds the pass, and look at this. He's just weaving through players brilliantly. They know the importance of making a tackle, and he tucks it in nicely.
Oh, it's a great goal by Olivier Giroud. Defenders tumbling like skittles all around him, and Mark Hughes' half-time team talk has just gone out of the window because Chelsea lead 1-0.
Well, what did Conte say, though, to his team? They've come flying out of the blocks.
Now Southampton might have to change their approach. Here's Long. Almost came through to Højbjerg. Long goes down. Southampton are appealing. Here's Willian. Willian scampering clear. for Chelsea. He has Eden Hazard to his left, Giroud in the middle, Hazard! Oh! Really close from Eden Hazard.
Well, it's a turbocharged counter-attack, isn't it? Willian here just ghosting through that midfield, finds the pass at the end of it. Hazard's just trying to stand up Yoshida and just can't find the fine inside of that far corner.
This was where Southampton were hoping they might be awarded something.
I think he just lost his footing there, Shane Long. Yeah, very definitely. Didn't stay down.
And Martin Atkinson didn't call for the assistance of the VAR. Needs to get his side on the front foot, Mark Hughes.
Got to strike back now.
Oh, lovely dummy. Long's onside. His touch is heavy. Fantastic dummy from Charlie Austin. Onside Shane Long and through.
That was his moment, wasn't it? Ball's played in. Charlie Austin steps over this beautifully. Great imagination, and the touch is just too heavy. He's just got to have really soft feet there. Just pass it from his right foot to his left to tuck it in, and he's just not able to do it.
Lemina doing really well. Has he won a corner off Rudiger? Yes, he has. Good drive by Mario Lemina. Southampton fans feeding off this corner. 5 in red and white inside the penalty area. Redmond lurking right on the edge of it. Little flick header, they're claiming handball. Some fairly vociferous appeals from Southampton players, led by Charlie Austin.
Don't think it's an arm, I think it's the shoulder.
This angle might be better. Hit to Olivier Giroud. What they mustn't do at this stage is fall further behind. Then I think it would be curtains. Here's Eden Hazard. Hazard, oh, did magnificently. Gee. Yeah. Party tricks.
Party hats, yeah, he's got his on today, hasn't he? I mean, look at this, the way he does this. I mean, it's ridiculous, the ability, the confidence to do that. Might have been easier just to cross it with his left foot.
Good ball that, Cedric to Bertrand. Tadic managed to roll around as Pilaqueta, cleared by Cahill. Redmond's won it, Redmond's driven in, scored! Oh, I thought it was in. So did he. Caballero has kept it out, but I'm not sure how.
Brilliant effort there from Redmond. Looked like Caballero got his legs mixed up. Didn't thought it had gone through him at first.
Well, he unquestionably got lucky, the Chelsea goalkeeper. It's a Southampton corner, it's Tadic. It's dropping from Romeu, Austin is there. Now, has that crossed the line? Free kick to Chelsea for a foul on Willy Caballero.
Well, it looks, when you see it first of all, that the goalkeeper has caught it and taken it back into his own goal. Mark Hughes won't be happy with that one.
Austin, I think he's backed into him, hasn't he?
Well,
given him a bump just there, Martin.
Well, I think it's his head. As the goalkeeper comes down, he brings his arm onto his head. That's a difficult one there.
I think he's fouled him before the ball arrives.
Is it enough contact for a foul? And does it actually go over the line?
Here's Moses. Here's Eden Hazard. Oh! Super save, McCarthy. Keeps Southampton in it.
Top class save there, McCarthy. This man again, Hazard. Simplicity of play. Hits it with his left foot and good save.
Moses. Hazard skipping, twinkle-toed through the challenges. Great ball! Oh. Well, that's what he can do. He just throws chaos around him. And Southampton are lucky here, they're not 2-0 down.
Well, he does. I mean, it's unbelievable ability that he has. He causes panic because he whips that ball and it's a beautiful pass and really comes off a Southampton player and ends up in the back of the net.
Well, the goal scorer is going to be taken off and Giroud will be replaced by Morata. Is his goal going to take Chelsea to the cup final? If it does, what a goal.
Well, a special goal. He's becoming renowned for special goals. Warm applause from the Chelsea fans. His job is done.
Pedro.
He had two players to pick out there, Pedro, didn't he? And didn't find either of them.
Bednarek with the header throw taken to Pedro. N'Golo Kante here for Chelsea. Second goal kills it, I would imagine. Azpilicueta in. Morata! It's 2-0. And Chelsea are surely heading to the FA Cup final. Alvaro Morata. Southampton have only 9 minutes to produce a miracle. Chelsea are 2 up.
Well, there's Chelsea players queuing up at the back post. Morata's just, he's not going to be denied. He's too strong, he's too powerful, and he's too accurate with the header. Look, textbook, heads it down into the corner. He's an angry man, by the way, and he wanted to prove something. And he's done it almost instantly.
Well, it is his 15th goal of this campaign. Been on the pitch less than 90 seconds, Martin.
Conte there, look, heading. He hasn't sat down today, by the way. He's kicked every ball. He headed that one.
Redmond's header to Tadic. Bertrand. Austin. Oh, it's hit the post. Well, I think Gabbiadini let it go, thinking it was going in, but it came back off the woodwork.
How unlucky was that?
To be fair to Gabbiadini, he might have been unsure whether he was onside or off. Here's Eden Hazard, he's very much onside. Eden Hazard, Morata off the line by Wesley Hu. Moses, Emerson, Romeu.
It's become like a basketball match, hasn't it?
Austin nicely to Redmond. Charlie Austin in behind Rudiger here. Across the face of goal, but Tadic was looking for the pullback. It's a chance that, wrong option, Charlie Austin.
Well, you can't fault his endeavour. Oh, that's where he hits the post, and you're looking at Gabbiadini. He seems to stop, doesn't he?
I honestly think Gabbiadini thought it was heading in.
This is Morata, isn't it, here? They're just wondering if Hazard was offside there. Somehow, they managed to scramble that one away.
Cup final again for Antonio Conte. Who knows what the future holds for him. Azpilicueta forward. It will be Chelsea in the FA Cup final again. Defeat in the semi once more for Mark Hughes. Antonio Conte will lead his side back to Wembley on May the 19th. And Chelsea will face Manchester United and Mourinho in the FA Cup final. They have won today, and deservedly so. The Cup semi-final finishes Chelsea 2, Southampton 0.
It's important for us to reach a final in this competition, especially because our season we are struggling a lot in the league, and in Carabao Cup we reached the semi-final. In this competition we reached the final.
We give everything till the end. I think we play a second half very good. We score goals. We control the game, the whole game. So yeah, we are satisfied. Now we go for the championship again, and then we can think about the final against Man United.
We did well in the first half. They had a couple of chances, but that's something expectable, I guess, coming from them. And then in the second half, they scored just 30-35 seconds, and I'm not sure if that's a lack of mentality, lack of focus at the beginning of second half. But that goal changed a little bit the game. We tried to push afterwards. We tried to go forward. We had a couple of chances, and we gave what we had.
The big disappointment for us is that the officials haven't done the job to the level that they should have today. I felt the keeper, when Charlie has obviously just got eyes on the ball, he's clearly miscontrolled it. The ball's gone in the net, and the least, in my view, is that it should have been at least reviewed by VAR. If we're going to use video referees and use videos to help to get the key decisions in games right, when surely that was a prime example of a time to use it. I think they had a corner and there was a clear handball as well. No review once again, so you're thinking, well, if you're not going to use it, why introduce it in the first place?
I really want to win another one with Chelsea. That's a target for the end of the season. You know, we really want to win this trophy. It's a special competition, you know, and obviously, it's a special competition for me and Wembley as well. So, yeah, we're gonna focus now on the championship, give our best to finish as strong as we can, and obviously. We will look forward for this amazing final.
Probably next season we will play Europa League and not Champions League. For this reason, I think that we have to try to put all our strength to give this satisfaction to our fans. And it won't be easy because I think United is a favorite in this final, like Chelsea last season against Arsenal. But you know very well what happened last season.
So in the end, it was Chelsea who booked their place in that all-important FA Cup final. I'm joined now by the three-time FA Cup winner, Martin Keown, and the former Chelsea striker, Chris Sutton. I had to do it. Sorry, Chris. Your former team, dominating display today. You have to say they deserve to go through.
I thought that the best team won the game. I thought that Chelsea in the first half were dominant, had the chance with Willian hitting the bar, but then didn't create anything too clear-cut. I thought Southampton started the game fearful, couldn't get up the pitch, lack of confidence. Didn't offer an attacking threat in that first half, but then the Giroud goal changed everything.
Well, it's in the two front players for Southampton. They weren't playing directly into Long or Charlie Austin. And when they were closing down, it was giving so much space to Chelsea. It was a case of could they make it to half-time, which they did, and then disaster struck right at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, because it took just 28 seconds for Olivier Giroud to score that goal, and it was pretty tidy, wasn't it? It was a pretty tidy finish from him.
I mean, we've seen him score some great goals, but it was a Hazard-like finish, wasn't it? The way that he slalomed through all of those players, and each defender, and I've been there, you're desperately trying to make a tackle, and in the end he didn't have to do very much. Stayed on his feet and tucked it away, and we talked about Sanchez yesterday. His record in the FA Cup is absolutely incredible, the number of goals that he scores, Giroud, and there's real competition for places. Could Morata come on, you could argue who's just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing with Morata was that, I mean, he's obviously been struggling for confidence recently. We saw him frustrated in the game last week, but he came on and almost immediately, it was an inspired substitution, almost immediately he scored that goal and linked up with Azpilicueta again. Yeah,
made an instant impact, really good header, and they've had that relationship since Morata has been at Chelsea, that when Azpilicueta gets on the ball, Morata peels away, scored a superb header against Manchester United earlier on in the season, and tucked that away nicely, and at 2-0, long way back for Southampton.
He came on like an angry man, didn't he, Morata? And there's a competition now for Giroud, and arguably each one does better when they come off the bench. It's quite a difficult decision. They didn't have a striker just a few months ago, and now they've got two very good strikers going into this final.
Were you surprised that he didn't start with the two of them like he did against Burnley?
I couldn't see that happening, the way that Morata was taken off at Burnley. Missed a great opportunity, looked very angry and annoyed, and he showed it when he came on. He could have had a couple when he came on. Textbook header as well. You look at the quality. McCarthy's rooted to the spot. He can't move. He heads it down. He pulls off his striker, off his defender. He's too strong, and with a point to prove, he can still have a very good season because there's an FA Cup to win.
I think Conte was saying today, Giroud, you're my #1 striker, the biggest game of our season now, and it was about how Morata reacted, and he certainly reacted well. Yeah, he did, and another player who's reacted to a little bit of criticism, a little bit of poor form, is Eden Hazard. Today he was absolutely up for it, and at the heart of everything that Chelsea did today.
Well, you're almost feeling sorry for defenders when he runs at players. You know, he darts around the pitch. He's incredible, the pace. When he's in the mood, and today, you know, you wondered, a lot of talk about Real Madrid. They must have been in the stand today because, he, you know, being cynical, he was absolutely unplayable. And rarely do you say that about a player. He was quite brilliant. Felt sorry for Willian. I'm not sure why he's the next one who's Mr. Angry. The manager likes to almost punish a player or keep them on their toes. Maybe that works for them, but Hazard today was quite brilliant.
I think on his own record, he's admitted he hasn't been at his best this season. Hasn't won an FA Cup yet for Chelsea, but he was on top form today, and Martin's right, unplayable.
And Southampton, I suppose, after that Giroud goal, the game completely opened up. And Southampton did have their moments. Now, we spoke to Mark Hughes after the game, and he was calling for the use of VAR. And it was all to do with, it's a little bit contentious, and we're all kind of, wondering how it went. I mean, Caballero was adjudged to have been fouled by Charlie Austin. We saw everyone on the Southampton bench raise their arms, calling for a goal because they thought the ball had crossed the line. How did you see that one, Chris?
Oh, the goal should have been given. Caballero, first and foremost, should come and catch the ball at its highest point. He let it drop, and there's minimal contact there, and Southampton should have had a goal. That was
It's very soft. I thought it was soft watching it. This new version of VAR now, we don't seem to ever go to it, where, certain rounds of this competition we were going to it every 5 minutes. Think of Rochdale versus Spurs. So it's changed our interpretation of it. We don't seem to go near it. We never even mentioned it in the commentary. Caballero actually had a difficult afternoon, made a very unorthodox save as well, kept giving the ball away. Will he play in the final? I mean, that is a big gamble to play him after his performance today. I think they got away with one today, Chelsea.
And was it a big gamble today to leave Courtois on the bench?
Well, can he make that? Can he take that again? There's huge pressure for Conte with this final. He goes away, perhaps he leaves the club now at the end of the season, and maybe we're jumping the gun there, but that's the talk. He goes away with 2 trophies if he can win the FA Cup, and ironically, it's against the previous man, Mourinho. That's going to be a fantastic occasion. And tactically, again, we're all looking forward to see what Manchester United tried to do to stop Chelsea.
Where would Chelsea's priority be now? Because they're on the verge of winning a cup that they lost quite in a sort of lame fashion to Arsenal last year. They could have won that. They sort of switched off, didn't they, in that final? They've got an opportunity to redeem themselves and do it again, but they also want Champions League football. They could end up with an FA Cup and the Europa League next year.
Yeah, priority is the FA Cup, absolutely. With the best will in the world, they're not going to catch Spurs now. Conte, talk about him leaving at the end of the season. He'll want to leave on a high, so it's the FA Cup.
The FA Cup, OK. And for Southampton, of course, it's back to the dogfight of the relegation battle, isn't it?
Bournemouth coming up in the league. I think Mark Hughes, though, will take some encouragement from the way they finished the match today. And there seems to be a bit more continuity with Tadic in the team, and Redmond. They should be playing, surely. And when you're in that sort of trouble, you're looking to players who can get you out of trouble, and they'll be the ones that I'll be looking to play, certainly in the remaining games.
OK, gentlemen, it's been great to have you with us. So it is then Chelsea and Manchester United in the 137th FA Cup final on Saturday, May the 19th. Gary Lineker and the team will have all the build-up on BBC One, followed, of course, by live coverage of the match itself. The Women's Football Show is up next, so stay tuned for that. There's World Championship Snooker on BBC Two tomorrow morning. Radio 5 Live has commentary on Everton's Premier League match with Newcastle tomorrow night. And on Thursday, Gabby Logan will be along with the Premier League show on BBC Two. So that is all from us at Wembley. What a day it's been for Chelsea, booking their place in that all-important FA Cup final. The last time they won it was 6 years ago. Last year they had that heartbreak. They have their chance to redeem themselves once again. And what a big one it's going to be. It is Conte against Mourinho, Chelsea against Manchester United. We're looking forward to that one. We hope to have your company then. For now, bye-bye.
Will it be Chelsea's 13th cup final or Southampton's 5th? Let off for Southampton. Danger here, Giroud has done brilliantly and scores! Redmond's won it, Redmond's driven it! Oh, I thought it was in! That's Pilaqueta in, Morata! It's 2-0. It will be Chelsea in the FA Cup final again.